When most people think about strong legs, they think about walking, climbing stairs, exercising, or staying mobile as they age. Those benefits are important, but what if your leg muscles are doing much more than helping you move? Researchers have discovered that lower body strength is linked to many aspects of health and longevity. In study after study, stronger legs are associated with better physical resilience, healthier aging, and lower mortality risk. Why would muscles in the legs be connected to survival? The answer begins with something many people never consider. The legs contain some of the largest muscles in the body. Because of their size and activity, they influence far more than movement alone. The story of muscle is becoming much bigger than most people realize. Your legs may be supporting more than your ability to move. The muscles of the legs and hips make up a significant portion of the body's total muscle mass. Every time you stand, walk, climb, lift, or change direction, these muscles are working. Because they are so large, they place unique demands on the body and interact with multiple systems. They require energy, blood flow, oxygen, nutrients, and constant communication with the nervous system. For many years, muscles were viewed mainly as structures responsible for movement. Today, researchers increasingly understand that muscle tissue is also biologically active. Muscles communicate with other systems throughout the body and influence much more than physical performance. This helps explain why preserving muscle becomes increasingly important with age. The loss of muscle is not simply the loss of strength. It may also influence how effectively other systems continue to function. Larger muscles can have a larger impact on the body as a whole. One of the lesser-known jobs of the lower body involves circulation. When you walk, the muscles of the calves contract and relax repeatedly. This action helps move blood from the lower legs back toward the heart. Because of this important role, the calf muscles are sometimes called the body's second heart. Without regular movement, blood can pool more easily in the lower extremities. The simple act of walking helps support healthy circulation throughout the day. This relationship highlights something important. Movement is not only about burning calories or maintaining fitness. It also helps support basic biological functions that the body relies on every day. The muscles of the legs are participating in processes that affect the entire system, not just the lower body. Every step does more than move you from one place to another. Most people think of muscles as tissues that help us move, but muscles also play an important role in how the body manages energy. The large muscles of the legs act as major storage sites for glucose. When these muscles are active, they help remove glucose from the bloodstream and use it as fuel. This process helps support healthy blood sugar regulation and overall metabolic function. Because the legs contain some of the largest muscles in the body, they have a particularly important role in this process. Every walk, workout, or physical activity encourages these muscles to become active participants in energy management. Researchers increasingly view muscle as more than a mechanical system. Muscle tissue is metabolically active and constantly interacting with other systems throughout the body. This helps explain why maintaining muscle becomes increasingly important with age. The benefits extend far beyond strength and physical performance. Your muscles are not just helping you move, they're helping manage energy throughout the body. When most people hear the word inflammation, they often think of injury, pain, or swelling. But inflammation is also a normal part of how the body responds to challenges and repairs itself. The problem arises when inflammation remains elevated for long periods of time. This is where muscle becomes especially interesting. Researchers have discovered that active muscles release signaling molecules known as myokines. These molecules allow muscles to communicate with other tissues and systems throughout the body. In recent years, scientists have begun describing muscle as an endocrine organ because of its ability to send biological signals beyond movement alone. Some of these signals appear to play a role in how the body regulates inflammation, recovery, and adaptation. This has changed the way many researchers think about muscle tissue. The story is no longer simply about strength or mobility. Muscle is increasingly being viewed as an active participant in whole-body health. Your muscles are not just producing movement, they are constantly sending signals throughout the body. For a long time, muscles in the brain were studied as separate systems. Today, researchers increasingly understand that they are closely connected. When muscles are active, they release signaling molecules that can influence other parts of the body, including the brain. Scientists continue to study how these signals affect brain function, adaptation, and healthy aging. Researchers have also found associations between muscle health, physical activity, and cognitive function throughout life. While the relationship is complex, one message continues to emerge. What benefits the body often benefits the brain as well. This connection may help explain why maintaining strength and staying physically active are repeatedly associated with healthier aging. The body and brain are not competing systems. They are constantly communicating with one another. What's good for your muscles is often good for your brain. At this point, a pattern is starting to emerge. Your leg muscles help move blood. They help regulate glucose. They release signaling molecules, and they communicate with other systems throughout the body. This is why many researchers no longer view muscle as simply a collection of tissues that produce movement. Muscle is increasingly understood as an active participant in whole-body health. The systems of the body do not operate independently. Circulation, metabolism, the nervous system, recovery, and adaptation constantly interact with one another. Because the muscles of the legs are among the largest and most active in the body, they are uniquely positioned to influence many of these processes. The story of muscle is becoming much bigger than strength alone. Your muscles are a part of a larger network, helping the body adapt and function. One of the most interesting findings in aging research is how often lower body strength appears in studies of long-term health. Researchers have repeatedly found associations between leg strength, physical resilience, mobility, recovery capacity, and healthy aging. In many studies, stronger individuals tend to experience better outcomes as they grow older. This does not mean leg strength is the only factor that matters. Health and longevity are influenced by many different variables. However, lower body strength appears to provide valuable information about how well the body is functioning as a whole. Perhaps that's not surprising. We've already seen that muscle influences circulation, metabolism, signaling, adaptation, and communication throughout the body. When muscle health improves, many other systems may benefit as well. This may be one reason researchers continue finding the same relationship again and again. Strong legs often reflect a stronger, more resilient system. When most people think about strength, they think about exercise, fitness, or physical performance. But the research tells a much bigger story. We've seen that muscles help support circulation, regulate blood sugar, communicate with other systems, influence inflammation, and even contribute to brain health. These are not isolated functions. They are part of a larger network that helps the body adapt to challenges and maintain stability over time. This may help explain why muscle preservation is so strongly associated with healthy aging. Muscle is not simply helping us move through the world. It is helping support many of the systems that allow us to function, recover, and adapt. Perhaps this is why strength continues to appear in studies of resilience, longevity, and survival. The message is not that muscle is everything. The message is that muscle may be doing much more than most people realize. The muscles that help you move also help support the systems that help you survive.